Good morning. It's October the 10th, 2017, and we have full markets today. Everybody's banking holidays are behind them, including ours. We'll start with our disclaimer. Hypothetical simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading, also, since the trades have not been executed. The results may have under or overcompensated for the impact of any uncertain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Well, yesterday, as you know, I finally found a doctor that would lance a sty in my left eye. And I wouldn't recommend anybody going through that. I mean, you talk about a lousy place to inject anesthetics. I mean, it was just, and I came out of that procedure wobbly. Still really only have one eye to look out of, so my typing's going to be worse than ever. But man, like somebody taking a damn stick to my face. But it was successfully drained, and the pain associated with that is gone, so things are a lot better. But you can call me Uno today, and like I said, my typing errors will be worse than normal. Okay, today we have no news. We had no news overnight. None really scheduled for today. We have the Small Business Optimism Index. Don't know what it is for today. It was 105.3. My guess is it comes in higher. Biggest news today is Spain and Catalan independence. Spain is prepared to arrest the leader of Catalan if he calls for independence. So that's probably going to be the biggest news item for the day. Chaos, questioning the world order, questioning the world structure, questioning those in power, and their compensation is accelerating around the globe. Even communist nations are subject to it, and you see rumors of unrest and problems even in Spain. So today's news focus will be Spain. If Spain does declare independence and this guy is arrested, it's somewhat supportive for gold and treasuries, but it's expected. I think the biggest thing that's driving today's market and tomorrow will be the auction. Based on dollar weakness, some of the commentary overnight said that dollar weakness is a sign that the Fed's going to go slow raising interest rates. Buy stocks. But they did say raising interest rates. They didn't say no more interest rates. So right now, all the guidance and everything says raising rates in December and 3 times in 2018. Data driven, data dependent, of course. So right now you're just looking at a trading range. We've got definitely sellers above 25.16, and looks like we've rejected 25. So 25, 25.16 is where the market is, and obviously we'd like to sell. The closer to 16 we can get, the more we like to sell. And so our first sell is 7 to 11. Actually, it's 6 to 10. Leaning against 7, sell 1. And then 15 to 19, sell 2. The mini sells will probably get that done. 25.01, 24.29, buy 1. 21.25, buy 2. Only using one eye, it's amazing what it does to your depth perception. It takes a lot of it away. I've known people that only had one eye, and their biggest complaint was the lack of depth perception. Okay, 12 to 16, number 1 for the bond. 1923, sell 1. 2731, sell 2. On the support side, the buck to 04 is number 1. 2529, buy 1. 1721, buy 2. Okay, I've got to run my wife to the airport this morning and get her situated. Pat's going to come in about 8:45 and run the room until I get back sometime after 10 this morning. And Pat's focus is a little bit longer term than mine, definitely longer term than mine. So I'll see if you can mine him for information on how he looks at the market. And we'll give you a little different perspective, which is good. Appreciate it when Pat steps in for me. Every now and then I have to be out of the room. Gold is pointed higher. I would imagine it's Catalan independence. So the first trade's going to be this 94.96. Looks like we're going to go through it. That's where we are right now. So this 99, 1301, leaning against 1300 is the trade that looks most interesting to me. On the buy side, 90 to 92. Pick up this first little area right in through here. And then our second one would be the Asian breakout was at 86, so we'll make it 85, 87 for buy 2. We'll have to adopt Rahm Emanuel's infamous phrase, never let a good crisis go to waste. When it comes to ramming unwanted legislation down somebody's throat. And we have never let a little crisis or 92 go to waste for us, as it increases the volatility and it helps our trading. You don't really appreciate this till you get into dead markets, or once you know what you're doing and you do get a dead market, and you can't make very much money because there is no volatility. So volatility is actually our friend, even though your perception as a novice trader is that danger everywhere. Okay, 1850 is resistance, so 45 to 55, sell 1. 75, sell 2. On the buy side, looks like we have pretty good support at 25, so 15 to 25, buy 1. The buck, buy 2. Okay, crude oil. I haven't seen anything to really explain directly the rally in crude oil overnight. But up it is. So again, when we come back, just look at its structure. We're selling 51s and we're buying against 49. And that's what, a $2 range, which is what we expect. And that's kind of where we're kind of right in the middle of that right now. So have this spill from 58, and we've gotten stops above this. So it looks like we've got some selling against 50. So it's pretty aggressive. 25 to 50, sell 1. And then 51, 51 and a quarter, sell 2. On the buy side, 49.50, 49.75, buy 1. And 49 even, 49 and a quarter, buy 2. I imagine the APIs and EIA numbers will be delayed, but I don't know that for sure. We'll have to see. as the day progresses. One way you could pick Pat's brains, every study known to man, Pat has probably back tested it. And if you're curious about your studies or the decision package you're trying to put together, you can ask Pat about the efficacy of any particular study and get a pretty good answer. I don't supply that kind of information. My focus is pretty narrow. Okay, I think it's exactly like yesterday. Sell failure to take out 50-51. Asia says we're going higher this morning. Europe says we're not. So we're mixed. So I'm going to assume we still have a trading range 54-56. I still think we're headed higher. On the buy side, 40-43 buy one. And then 35-37. No news to speak of overnight. Today's news, NFIB, Small Business Optimism Index. It was previous month 105.3. My guess is it'll probably be greater than that. It's going to take a bit to get everything up and posted. Going to get busy on that. I will be with you as soon as possible.